Just a moment. Christensen with the last and maybe the next as well. That was a lot better. What a cracking goal. And here's Stevie J to Stevie M, and Motlop is away with a bounce. A little glance behind. It's on its way. If you've got it, flaunt it. Siren sounds to end it. Quarter again dominated by Geelong. A couple of late goals made all the difference on the scoreboard for Brisbane. Cats seemingly in command. They lead by 38 points, but who knows what is to come in the last term.
Everything seemed to be going really well. We were playing decent footy for once. Our ruckman was really starting to get his hands on the ball and giving our midfielders first use. And I certainly didn't see a comeback happening at half time. I thought we'd probably run away with it and it'd be a pretty easy game.
Three-quarter time. Went back out and we're obviously a fair way down, so statistics show and chances show from where we were it's probably unlikely that we're going to win, but I suppose when you're that far down you've got nothing to lose, and we probably took a few risks.
We felt alright at three-quarter time. I think Bossy asked the question, how are you guys feeling? Do you feel like we're in it? And everyone was up and about and said, yeah, we feel like we're really in it. We had a little bit of momentum going into three-quarter time, but obviously playing a class side like Geelong, you probably don't think you're going to be able to score 8 or 9 goals in the last quarter to win a game. The crowd got behind us. There was a point in the last quarter where Stevie Johnson actually kicked it into an umpire and the ball just started to bounce our way a little bit.
All right, let's see what is ahead of him on the highway. Steve Johnson.
Wasn't a great
kick. Sure, went got in the road. We haven't got a stat for that turnover caused by an umpire. And it's a goal too for Zorko.
All of a sudden, our confidence seemed to go out the window. We had a lot of players doing different things, and we just sort of went away from our structures and those type of things. It was a comedy of errors throughout, the second half, which cost us goals. And to their credit, they were capable of finishing off with our turnovers turning them into goals.
The second half, we got a bit lazy in the way we set up and our disposal and decision making.
There was a lot that probably went right for them also, but we did a hell of a lot wrong in that game.
We made some really poor errors, and I think in some ways it goes to show that the season's long and arduous, and you've got to be on your game every single week, in every single moment almost, or anyone can punish you.
We knew there was hardly any time left. Geelong ended up switching it down the wing, and then end up playing it on down the wing. Probably in hindsight should have held it up.
I thought that's it, game over, because I knew there wasn't much to go, and I thought they were just going to slow the clock down.
Every mark, every handball, every kick, so vital. Selwood down the line. Dawson Simpson, the big man, in for his first, and he plays on to Corey. They'll be deep again. A mark here will win the game. Podsy Adley couldn't quite. It might win the mark for win the game yet for Brisbane.
When I went back from my mark, I knew I tried to wheel around on my right foot. I looked up, I couldn't really see anything, and the umpires called play on. So then I had a quick look around and just gave a quick handball off to Elliot Yeo.
Dan Merritt's mark was critical, obviously, and that started the chain of, started the ball moving chain, and the boys just moved it really quickly. They had a good awareness of obviously how long there was to go.
We were just screaming out, run, kick, just get it on the boot, get it going forward, and I think it went to young Yowie, and he dished it off to Blackie, and you wouldn't want the ball in anyone else's hands apart from Simon Black.
Got himself into a difficult position. Yo, and now Black, who's been so instrumental, about to be hunted down, didn't panic. It was a great kick. Pat Full in the centre. We're down to 9 seconds. And it's a mark. He's got to get up, Adcock. Had to give to anybody. It's Zorko. Got a mark, and he's got it! The milestone man!
I remember seeing him mark it, and he didn't have the most excited look on his face. You can tell he was pretty nervous as soon as the siren went. I think he actually threw his head back a bit and thought, oh no, here we go.
Kind of heard the siren, and when Brent Maloney then just came back and said, just relax. Ryan Harwood just said, go back and kick the goal, and I was just like, yeah, no worries, mate. I kind of know that already, so.
I think I ran up to him, grabbed his head, and I was like, just kick the goal, please.
I didn't really want to think about it too much. Didn't want to have the ball in my hands too long, and I just went back and try to get it out of my head as soon as I could, because the more you think about it, bad things come into your mind.
A goal will give the Lions an incredible victory. McGrath comes in, it's on its way, it's there! The miracle on grass! The Brisbane Lions have kicked 8 goals in the last quarter, and at the 11th hour, they have won.
I was standing right under the goalpost virtually, and it was unbelievable. You could see it turning. It sort of started at the post, but you just drew back nicely.
It wasn't going towards goal. It didn't come off pretty, but I just started to curve back at the last minute, and it just snuck home.
I was one of about 10 or 12 on the goal line, hoping that he smashed it. He kicked it from 50, and I think it still went through at half goalpost height. It was a great kick, and I think it was his milestone game as well. So. Yeah, I think he lived the dream there.
I didn't think he was going to make distance, but being his 200th game, it probably made a bit of sense that it went through.
As he's walking in, just thinking how unbelievable is this moment for him in his 200th game to have the last shot.
It was always going to be a boyhood dream to have a shot after the siren, and for it to be in his milestone game as well was something that you dream about. You practice it in the backyard as a kid growing up.
There's probably a bit of a head wobble about him ever since that kick. I know now if we ever get asked who would you like to have a shot after the siren, his name always comes up.
You think about that when you're a kid out in the oval by yourself, let alone paying you 200, but kicking a goal after the siren. That's every kid's dream, and I got to live it in my 200th game, which, like I said, was something that you couldn't dream of, and something I hold pretty special.
At the end of the day, we deserve to lose, because you should never let a lead by that much slip. And I knew McGrath was a beautiful kick. He can kick 60 metres quite easily, and he used to kick out for them quite a bit. I thought he'd kick it, and he did.
They kept coming, and they played really well. That was one of the darker days that I've had on the footy field. To lose a game like that.
I think when the boys got back to the rooms, there was a little bit of tiptoeing around, because deep down we knew that it shouldn't have happened.
That's as good a home and away experience I've had, feeling after a game.
Definitely one of those things that I'll remember forever, and most likely it will never happen again while I'm playing footy.
It's the happiest I've been since the 03 grand final. Just to know that I was able to cap it off after the boys put in such a great effort in the last quarter. It was a feeling that you want to go back and relive over and over again, and it's one of the highs of my career.